At some point in your motherhood life, you were at that person's stage, in a newborn stage. And if we are being honest to ourselves, you know that at that time, you weren't attending parties, you weren't doing what you're expecting that person to do now. So why then get upset when the person who is in a newborn stage is not doing that? Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Chistel. I'm a proud mom of 3 and I create content revolving around motherhood, lifestyle and beauty. So you are the right place, okay? And to my returning subscribers, thank you guys for always coming back to support this girl over here. And to my new subscribers, thank you for joining the family. You're highly welcome. And to you who are yet to subscribe, please smash that subscribe button and don't forget to turn your notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. It helps you get notified first and to be the first to catch up all the gist and whatsoever that is going on this channel, okay? So do want to subscribe, that would be really nice of you. Today I want to talk about something I know most of us mothers struggle about. It's something very important that is very relatable. If you're a mom, you can relate to this, or someone who is going into motherhood phase and all of that. Absolutely very important. Finding balance in motherhood. So whether you're a first-time mom, a second-time mom, or like me, a third-time mom, balance can feel impossible. Today I'm going to be throwing more light on finding balance in motherhood. These things are things we all struggle as mothers. You can't deny from it, except maybe you don't want to say the truth, okay? But yeah, we all struggle in motherhood, and finding balance is one thing that everybody at some point in motherhood we all deal with. We all try to solve it. We all try to find balance in it in order for it to be suitable for us, our families and our kids at the same time, to create that routine that everybody can fit in. So today I'm going to be throwing more light on finding balance in motherhood, how it has helped me, how I've tackle mine, and maybe you can catch 1 or 2 tips from it and add it to yours, and it might help you as well. That would be really nice. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, your snacks, your juice. Let's get right into it. You know how we do it in this channel, okay? Let's get right into it. Firstly, let's talk about what balance isn't. So it's not about doing it all or doing it all perfectly. If you're waiting to have everything in perfect harmony, keeping the house clean, thriving in your career, happy kids and self-care routine all at once, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. See, let me tell you, these things are things that sometimes we do and we don't tend to know what we're doing, because sometimes you're struggling to keep up to your house being clean, being aesthetically pleasing, and you're keeping up to kids not messing up the place because you just finished cleaning and all of that. And sometimes keeping up with playing with the kids. All these things are things we all parents struggle with, and it makes us find it very difficult balancing all these things too. And that's okay, that's okay. Accepting that every season is different. As a third-time mom, I've learned that every child's stage is different. So what worked for my first child wasn't what worked for my second, and now in the third one is not the same thing that worked for those 2 that is working for this one currently. So that's one thing that makes it very different, and each one being unique in their own way. So you don't expect what your first child did or accomplished in his or her first stage in life is what the rest of the kids are going to do, or what the rest of the kids are also going to do as well. So they are all different people, and likewise they all experience different things. For example, your first child worked at 12 months old and the second one is not working at 12 months old. So you don't go compare the 2 by saying, oh, this one is not working and this one worked when she or he was 12 months old. So each child's stage and each child's development have their own uniqueness in it, if you get what I'm saying. So it all has its own uniqueness, and those are the things that makes that child special in their own way. It's important to give yourself grace and to also understand that balance will look different depending on the stage you're in. So if you're a newborn stage, listen, let me tell you, your stage is different from a toddler month stage. Okay, that's one thing people don't tend to realize. I don't know if they realize it, but they make it look as if they don't realize it, or what. I don't even know what to classify it on. But you don't expect someone who is in a newborn phase to be in the same category or in the same shoe with someone who is not, or someone whose kids are already grown up and all of that stuff, if you get what I'm saying. Each stage has its own challenges and its own uniqueness and its own characteristics that makes it special, and also having its own joy. So they are all different in their own stages. So whether you're in a newborn phase stage, in a toddler stage, older children stage, or grown up, so these things are all different and they all have different stages. They all have different joy, different experiences, and all of that. So that's one thing about balancing motherhood. You don't get to compare yourself with someone whose kids are above 5 years old, or someone who is still in a newborn phase. They all experience different things, different characteristics, different challenges. That is one thing that makes it different. That is the thing, because you don't expect someone who is in a newborn stage to be sleeping all through the night to someone who has a grown-up kids. These things are different. That is why it marvels me sometimes when, for example, you throw a party and the other person who still have little kids did not show up. You're upset, and the person is telling you, I haven't slept for so numbers of days, and you, the other person who is in a toddler stage or a grown-up stage, you're misunderstanding it. Like, let's get the points real. At some point in your motherhood life, you were at that person's stage, in a newborn stage, and if we are being honest to ourselves, you know that at that time you weren't attending parties, you weren't doing what you're expecting that person to do now. So why then get upset when the person who is in a newborn stage is not doing that? I remember when I got invited for a birthday party and I just had a baby, I didn't turn up and the person got upset. See, that's one thing I don't give an F for. So if you're in a newborn stage, you don't expect to do what someone who is in a toddler stage to do. So I don't see why people always mix these things up and then don't come into a realization that stages are different and experiences are different. So if you were in a newborn stage and your newborn stage was a very peaceful one, or maybe you had loads of support, does not mean this other person who hasn't got even a single support should pretend that they are getting it all together. They are balancing their own motherhood stage. So these stages are different stages and we don't get to compare it. So that is one thing I've learned so far. Every stages is different and we should not compare different stages to the current stage or the previous stages. Number 3, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's not selfish. It's not selfish. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. One of the lessons I've learned so far in motherhood is that you can't pour from an empty cup. I learned this very quickly and it has really helped me a lot. See, let me tell you, you can't pour from an empty cup. And these things are things some people don't tend to realize. You don't want to be empty. See, motherhood has so many challenges surrounding it. And we all know it gets emotional sometimes. It gets challenging. It gets intensive sometimes in motherhood. It's a beautiful journey. Don't get it mixed up. It's a beautiful journey. See, motherhood taught me a lot. It taught me so many things that opened my eyes to so many things that I didn't even know, even before becoming a mom and all of that. So it's a beautiful stage, and you don't want to be empty, pouring out from an empty cup. Just like you have a cup of coffee, but there's no coffee inside, and you're asking someone who hasn't gotten even a coffee that you want to give them your coffee. Like, how does that make any sense? Make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. So you can't be empty in motherhood. You need to prioritize yourself. See, this is one thing that some people don't tend to realize, and some people tend to mix it up. It's not about not prioritizing your kids, your family, and all of that. It's about balancing it. It's about balancing it. And you need to be mentally fit. You need to have a mental stable mind, a mental stable capacity to handle whatever challenges is coming along with motherhood. And that does not make it scary, okay? Don't think it's scary. Motherhood is not scary. It's beautiful. It's a very joyful experience, joyful stage. It will come to a point or a stage in motherhood where you'll be like, wow, this is beautiful, this is amazing, this is awesome. So self-care is not selfish, okay? Also, it's so easy to put yourself last, because that is one thing I realized in this motherhood things. We always put ourselves last. Let's say you're trying to attend to everybody and just finish cooking, you're dishing out food and you're serving everybody, but you haven't even eaten. Oh my goodness, there's this video I came across on Instagram, and it was so terrible, because I don't know, it might be a skit or something, but some of the things I don't even know if they are skits or real. So yeah, I would say so. And the lady served the husband food, or partner, I don't know, but and then she kept her own food. And tell me how the partner was eating, and then sent her to go get a cup of water, and she went and got a glass of water, brought it to the table, and then the partner sent her again. So the message kept on going and going and going and going and going, and at the end it turns out the partner has finished eating and her own food got cold. So this is one thing we're talking about: emptiness in motherhood. Burnout is real. See, let me tell you, if you don't know it now. You see burnout. You see burnout. Burnout is real. Okay? I learned that one the hard way. Burnout is real. So if you don't know, you better know it now, because if you don't want to come into a realization, you're going to learn it the hard way. Taking time for yourself, even though it's going to the park, going out for a run, a coffee, tea, catch up with friends, and sometimes, let me not say it out loud, taking time out in the toilet is sometimes important, because there are some times that kids would choke you. Kids would choke you to the point that you're even at your breaking down point, that sometimes you get so emotional. So the best thing for you to do at that point is take some time to cool off. If you have a partner, speak to your partner about it. Please speak to your partner about it and take some time off to cool off, even though it's going to the bathroom to freshen up. Pour some water, let some fresh water run down your hair, run down from your head to the sole of your feet. Just cool off, or just go out for a run, or just take some time out. It helps you refresh yourself. Self-care is not selfish. Please don't mix up everything that I'm saying. It's not selfish. This thing I'm saying does not mean you should abandon your family, or maybe you shouldn't prioritize your family. They are very important, but that's why I pinpointed that you can't pour from an empty cup. That is one thing. So if you're not okay, you won't be okay. So it's okay not to be okay. That's not it. So you need to be okay to be okay. So you don't want to be okay not to be okay. If you get the means, I don't know what this thing is being called, but yeah, if you get it, you get it. So mamas, give yourself permission to rest. It's really, really important. Give yourself permission to rest. The dishes, take a nap. It's important. They are all important. Washing the dishes is important, but you need to know the time you're breaking down. You need to know the time your body needs rest. And you also need to know the time to say no to some certain things. Your well-being matters just as much as your family. So everybody understand. Letting go of guilt and perfection. One thing I wish I had learned sooner, it would be to let go of mom guilt. This is really important and we don't tend to emphasize on it a lot. It's everywhere. It happens very often. There's always this mom guilt in us. There's always this mom guilt that it's making you feel you're not doing enough. And there's always this mom guilt that is making you feel you're not doing it right, or there's something you're missing. So these things are things that I wish I had learned that soon enough, I would say. Now being a third time mom, serious, we put so much pressure on ourselves to be the perfect mom, to be the best mom. But you know what? Your kids don't need a perfect mom. That is one thing mothers don't tend to realize. Your kids don't need a perfect mom. Do you know what they need? Do you know? Your kids need a happy mom. A mom who is present mentally, physically, emotionally, and a loving mom. So I would say these three attributes are something your kids need the most. So that is why I would say perfection isn't reality. That is one thing for me. That's the quote I always tend to say to myself. It's not reality. You don't paint everything to be perfect when you're not happy. You don't find perfection in it. So if you want to be stably fit for your family, you need to be happy. If you want to be present, and that is one thing so many people struggle with. If you're not happy, you're not there. See, if you know what I'm saying about this, if you're not happy, you're not there. If you're not happy, anything that is happening around your environment, you won't enjoy it and you won't also find desire in it. Some days that means cooked meals, and some days you might want to order takeout. Some days you will have deep meaningful playtime with your kids. Other days you might want to give them screen time in order for you to breathe. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know why right now in social media, anything you come across, they're always criticizing screen time, screen time, screen time. Like sometimes I'm like, we should give parents a break. We should give them a break, seriously. You always emphasize on screen time. Do you know what your kids are doing in school? Do you know what they are doing in school? In preschool, do you know? Do you know what they are doing in preschool? In preschool, when you go to preschool, mostly they watch TVs, they watch cartoons and all of that stuff. And if you come on social media, there will be like screen time, screen time, screen time. Sometimes screen times helps you, the parent, to achieve some certain things. It helps you to, because there are some points that you have dirty dishes in the sink, dirty laundries in the laundry room waiting for you, and the kids are not letting you breathe, or they are not even letting you achieve some of these things, tackle some of these things. And what's the best solution for you to use? Is that screen time. So it helps sometimes and it doesn't sometimes. So it has like I would say it's more of like, it's like a disadvantage and an advantage. So it's like it depends on how you use it, how often you use it. So it's all about doing what works best for you. That is the thing. Doing what works best for you, seriously. And making yourself comfortable around your kids, it's really important. Now with this, you know what finding balance in motherhood really is. I'll give you some practical tips that has helped me find some sense of balance in motherhood. Prioritize what matters. Every day, ask yourself, what's that one thing that needs my energy today? Everything else can wait. Seriously, everything, to me, everything else can wait. You see that thing that needs your energy the most, the days you don't feel like it, that you do the thing that needs your energy the most, the rest of the things can wait, my dear. The rest of the things can wait. Create simple routines. I always tell people this: routine, 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 routine. Create simple routine. Don't go and create a very hefty. Yes, exactly. Don't go and create a very hefty routine that you end up struggling how to go about it, how to execute that routine. Seriously, it's just like someone who learns a recipe. You went and learned a very difficult recipe you know you can achieve. 1 hour, 2 hours, 10 hours, you're still trying to figure out how to prepare that recipe. So create a very simple routine that you can walk around with at the end of the day. So you achieve something very important. You'll be happy for yourself that you have achieved. Delegate and ask for help. Ask for help. Delegate tasks. Do it all alone. Lucky for those who have their families around them or relatives around them, you can ask for help. It's okay to not be a superwoman sometimes. Seriously, it's okay. You can ask for help. Days you feel you can't do it all, ask your partner for help. Ask your families for help if you have them around. And it helps you cool off. It helps you have some time for yourself. It doesn't make you a selfish mom. And I know most people will say it's not advisable, but there are some times you're in a burning out stage, on a burning out mood. All you can do is ask for help. That's all you can do. Ask for help. And if your kids are old enough, delegate tasks to them. This is where parents are lacking. This is where parents are finding it difficult to do. Delegate tasks to your kids if they are old enough. If you have older kids, there are some simple chores in the house that you can ask them to do. You don't have to do all of them. And that does not make you a bad mom, or that does not mean you're not a mom who is trying to sort out all the responsibilities at home. There are some things that you can ask the kids to clean up after themselves. If they mess a place up, let's say they finish playing with their toys, they can clean it up. All these things are simple things: cleaning the toys, putting it back to the respective places. If they take out their uniform, you can show them where they will put it. And these things has really helped me a lot, because my kids know when you finish playing with your toys, you need to put it back to its respective places. You don't want to leave it there. And most especially now they have like their little siblings who is crawling around the house. She might bumped into one and end up injuring herself, and you let them know this is the thing. So you don't make it difficult for them, because kids will be kids. You make it very easy for them. Speak to them in a gentle manner, trying to make them understand these are things we need to help mommy with. They should clean up their toys. When they take off their uniform, this is where they need to go and put it. When they take off their shoes, this is where they need to keep it. If they finish eating, they need to take the plate and put in the sink. They need to do this, they need to do that. Those little choices, you know that it goes a long way. And you never know, they might be really happy to help you. You never know. All you need is just ask. All you need is just ask. Even in the Bible it says, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find. Exact. All you need is just ask. You never know where help might come from. That is just it. And because we're always playing superwoman, we're always playing, acting up, being perfect, meanwhile deep down we all know we are burning out. We all know we're pouring out from an empty cup. It's really not good. It's really not good. Always talk to your partner if you feel you have it too much in here. Say no without guilt. Say no without guilt. It's really important. If something does not align with your priorities, always say no to it. Nobody is going to crucify. Say no to protect your time and your energy. There are some things that don't worth spending too much time on. There are some things that you don't want to go being trying to play perfect and all of that. All you just need is that N or no, capital N or no. It's as simple as ABC. All you need is just say it. Nobody's going to crucify you. You have yourself. At the end of the day, you need to do what works best for you. You need to give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Not every day needs to be perfect, and that's fine. Progress is better than perfect. Like I always say, don't be perfect. Don't play too perfect. Over perfection. Why inside you're not okay. Okay, your kids want a happy mom. They want a happy person. If you're happy, the family will be happy. We all know that. As a mom, if you're not happy, everything around you is not happy. Because my daughter will always come to me. I'll be like, Mommy, why are you sad? I'll be like, no, I'm okay. And the next thing she'll be like, Mommy, smile. Seriously, see, if you're not happy, your kids know. So don't think that because you're not happy, you're putting on a frowning face. Your family don't know, your kids don't. They are watching you. They know your move. They know everything you're doing. So you need to be happy. You need to be happy. Perfection is not it. Being a happy mom, that is it. So mamas, we've come to the end of this talk. I know this journey is not easy. This journey is really an amazing job. Always know that and bear that at the back of your mind. You're doing an amazing job as a mom. Okay, balance isn't about perfection. It's about flexibility, self-compassion, and making the most out of each season. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Let go of guilt. Let go of guilt. It really helps a lot. Remember, most importantly, you are enough just the way you are. Don't let anybody put pressure on you. Don't let anybody put pressure on you that as a mom you're not doing it well. You're not doing it well. Don't let anybody put pressure on you. The last thing you will ever do in your life is to compare yourself with another mom or put pressure on yourself. Seriously, you're going to end up being burnout. If this video resonates with you, let me know in the comments. And how is balance in motherhood? How are you finding balance in motherhood? Seriously, you need to share so other moms can learn and share your tips on how you're balancing motherhood in your own stage, either in a newborn stage, in a toddler stage, grown-up stage, or all the stages that you're in. How are you balancing motherhood in that particular stage? Your post notification bell so we can continue on this motherhood journey, and at the end of the day, do what works best for you. Sending you love, and I'll see you all in my next video.
The last day goes, they expand and shrink.